Today I'm going to read the story I Am a Lion by Sommer. In the grassy plains there lived a great family of lions, Papa, Mama, and baby Sangu. Sangu loved to play. He had lots of fun playing with his friends. Papa and Mama loved Sangu, and they wanted to help him become wise and strong. But whenever Papa would try to teach Sangu how to hunt, he would always complain, "My friends don't have to work so hard. Why do I have to?" Whenever Mama tried to teach Sangu how to use the sky as a map so he would not get lost, Sangu was never interested. "My friends don't have to learn this boring stuff," he would always complain. "Why do I have to?" "You are a lion," Mama would say. "You need to pay attention so you can learn to be a leader instead of acting like your friends." But Sangu would never listen. He just wanted to play. One day, while Mama and Sangu were searching for food, they met a baby rhino. "Hi there," said Sangu. But when the little rhino saw Sangu, she screamed, "Help! Help!" Suddenly, from behind a bush came a giant rhino thundering toward them at full speed. Before Mama Lion could spin around, the big rhino picked her up with her horn and threw Mama Lion against a tree. Then the rhino turned toward Sangu. Mama could hardly move, but she wanted to protect her son. So she cried out, "Run, Sangu, run!" Sangu wanted to help Mama, but when he heard Mama yell run, he ran as fast as his little legs could take him. Sangu ran up the mountain and through the thick jungle. The stones under his feet tumbled down the hill and sounded like the giant rhino was still chasing him. So Sangu kept running and running. He jumped over rocks and fallen trees and splashed through the puddles and streams until he knew he was safe. Sangu was out of breath when he stopped at the edge of a mountain. "Whew," said Sangu, "I'm so glad I'm safe." But when he looked around, he realized he did not know where he was. He was lost. Now he was alone and scared. "Oh, how I wish I had listened to Mama when she tried to teach me how to use the sky as a map," groaned Sangu. "Now I can't find my way home." Sangu sat down on a rock and cried. Just below him, some gazelles were feeding on the side of the mountain. When the gazelles heard Sangu crying, they stopped and listened. "Why is the little lion crying?" asked one of the gazelles. "I don't know," said another. "Why don't we go and try to help him?" suggested one of the young gazelles. The kind gazelles walked over to Sangu. When they got to him, one of them asked, "Why are you crying?" Sangu wiped his eyes. "I lost my Papa and Mama and I don't have any place to go." The gazelles felt sorry for Sangu. "You can stay with us," they said. "Thank you," said Sangu. "I would love to stay with you." Sangu got up and went with the gazelles. When it was time to eat, the biggest gazelle announced, "Dinner time!" Then he turned to Sangu and said, "Sangu, why don't you join us?" Immediately, the gazelles began munching on the rich green grass. Sangu had not eaten for a long time, so he was hungry. When he saw a snake crawling through the grass, he jumped at it. "Oh, good!" he yelled as he stepped on it. He was just about to eat the snake when he heard the biggest gazelle shout, "Don't eat that snake! It will make you terribly sick." Sangu immediately let go of the snake. "Eat grass," insisted the gazelle. "This will make you strong and healthy." Sangu ate the grass, but it tasted awful. Still, Sangu was glad he had found these new friends. The gazelles invited Sangu to play hide and seek. They ran here and there and hid behind trees and rocks. And when it was Sangu's turn, he also hid behind trees and rocks. Sangu had lots of fun. Then Sangu thought about a great new way to hide. He became excited. "I can't wait until it's my turn to hide," he said. "They'll never find me." When his turn came to hide, Sangu ran straight to a giant tree. As he began to climb the tree, he said, "They'll never look up here." An older gazelle happened to see Sangu up in the tree. The gazelle ran to the tree and demanded, "Sangu, get down from there right now. It's dangerous to climb trees. You could fall. Don't ever again be so silly." Sangu carefully eased his way down. He wanted so badly to climb the tree, but now he had to look for another place to hide. Climbing trees was much too dangerous. From then on, Sangu stayed on the ground like his friends. After playing a while, Sangu and some of his new friends sat down to rest. "Why do you look so funny?" asked a young gazelle. "Your feet are big, but your legs are short. Your body is small, but your tail is long." Sangu hung his head in shame. He was embarrassed. "That's because I'm a lion," he whispered. "Well then," one of the gazelles snickered, "lions sure are funny looking." Then they all began to laugh at Sangu. "I can't help it," groaned Sangu. He bowed his head and walked away. He was sad because he looked so funny and different. One day, as Sangu and his friends were grazing on the side of the mountain, a pack of hungry jackals came sneaking up to attack the gazelles. Suddenly the jackals charged the gazelles, but Sangu was not afraid. He started to run toward the jackals in order to protect his friends. But the gazelles yelled, "Stop! Run away as fast as you can!" Sangu spun around and followed them up the mountain as fast as he could go. When Sangu got to the top of the mountain, the gazelles scolded him. "Don't ever again be so silly. You could have been eaten by those jackals. You must learn to run away like us." When Sangu heard that he could have been eaten by the jackals, he was so scared that he shook all over. That night, as Sangu looked up at the moon and stars, he thought about Mama and Papa. "Mama must be hurt," he said. "And where's Papa? Papa must know how silly I am. That's why he never came looking for me. He probably forgot about me." Then Sangu lay down on the grass and cried as he thought about everything that had happened to him. Finally, he drifted off to sleep. Papa and Mama loved Sangu, and they had not forgotten him. When Papa had heard Mama cry out, "Run, Sangu, run!" he dashed to the jungle to chase the giant rhino away. Mama was hurt, yet in spite of her pain, she and Papa spent every waking moment searching everywhere for Sangu. Mama often said to Papa, "Sangu could have found his way home if only he would have been so eager to learn as he was to play." Then Mama would groan, "Oh, if only Sangu had listened." But Papa and Mama were determined to find him. They were going to keep looking for Sangu until he was once again safe in their arms. Although Sangu did not want to learn from his parents, he did learn much from his friends. But the things he learned were the things that he did wrong. One day, as Sangu and the gazelles were having a wonderful time, he became so happy that he let out a great big roar. The gazelles jumped for fright. "Don't ever do that again," they yelled. "That sounds terrible. You never hear us making sounds like that." Sangu hung his head in shame and whispered, "I'm sorry." Then one of the gazelles scolded him, "You've just got to stop being so silly. You need to learn to act like us." "What's wrong with me?" asked Sangu as he bowed his head and crawled away. "I'm different, I'm silly, and I'm funny looking." Sangu began to cry. "Everything I do is wrong. Why did I have to be so silly and roar? I'll never do that again." The faint sound of a roar that echoed through the jungle had reached the ears of Papa and Mama. "What was that?" asked Papa. "Could it be Sangu?" wondered Mama. "Let's go and see," shouted Papa. With lightning speed, they raced toward the sound of the roar. When Papa and Mama reached the top of the mountain, they saw a herd of gazelles. They slowed down and became very quiet to keep from scaring them. "Let's sneak up to that big tree," said Mama. When the big lions peeked around the tree, they saw the strangest sight. There in the distance stood a sad baby lion eating grass. Papa and Mama were shocked. "I've never seen anything like this," said Papa, shaking his head. "Why is a lion eating grass?" "I don't know," said Mama. "Stay here," said Papa. "I'm going to creep up on them to see what's going on." Papa inched as close as he could without being seen. As he watched the baby lion, he could not believe his eyes. Not only did the lion eat grass, but the lion acted like a gazelle. His heart began to beat fast for joy. Maybe, just maybe, it's Sangu. Then Papa took a deep breath and let out a loud roar. In a flash, the gazelles dashed away as fast as they could, but not Sangu. He froze. It was the same roar as his father's. Then Papa jumped up from behind the rock and raced towards Sangu. When Sangu turned around and saw that it was his father, he yelled, "Papa!" and ran as fast as he could to his father. Papa grabbed Sangu and hugged him tight. He was so glad that he had finally found his son. Then Mama came racing to Sangu. "Papa, Mama!" cried Sangu with tears in his eyes. It was all Sangu could say as he felt Papa's strong arms around him and Mama hugging and kissing him. As they walked home, Sangu told Papa and Mama everything that had happened to him. Then Sangu bowed his head and asked, "Why am I always doing the wrong things? And why am I so funny looking? My legs are short, but my feet are big. My body is small, but my tail is—" "Stop right there," roared Papa. Sangu jumped. He was so startled. Then Papa looked straight into Sangu's eyes. "Sangu, you're not a gazelle. You're a lion." Then Papa said, "There's nothing wrong with you, Sangu. You've just been hanging around with different friends. You can't let others who don't know you tell you who you are." Then Mama explained, "Gazelles don't know anything about lions, but we do. That's why you should listen to us." Papa stood up straight and said, "Lions don't eat grass. We hunt. Lions aren't afraid of height. We climb. Lions don't run away from their enemies. We face them." Then Papa said with a loud and strong voice, "And Sangu?" Sangu looked up, and this time he listened. "You are a lion. Don't ever be ashamed of who you are." Sangu moved next to Papa and Mama. He raised his head, stuck out his chest, and took a deep breath. Then he let out a loud roar that thundered throughout the mountains. "I am a lion."